Hello everyone, this is Ben Foggins Media Corner back again with a brand new AK After Store Review episode for today. Welcome to a brand new episode for this series, and for this episode I'm here to talk to you guys about the 2021 computer animated family fantasy comedy coming of age film from Pixar, and this is the newest installment for the animation library, and that is Luca. Now Luca, this was directed by Enrico Casarosa, and this was Pixar's second film to be released on Disney Plus. And this was another one to skip cinemas due to the pandemic, just like what Pixar sold, what Soul did from last year, which that was supposed to be released in cinemas, but it got released on Disney Plus due to all that. So this is the second Pixar film to do that again. So anyway, in this movie we follow this boy named Luca, who's voiced by Jacob Tremblay, who is a sea monster, and he lives underneath the water surfaces in this small town called in the Italian Riviera. And basically what happens is he meets this boy named Alberto, voiced by Jack Dylan Grazer, who's a human being. And when Luca comes out of the water, basically he has this ability where he can transform into a human being. So basically when he does come out of the water, like say if you basically just come out of the full water, your basically body turns to human. Like you can get human hands, feet, and everything. And basically we see Luca becoming friends with Alberto, and Luca finds out about Alberto's secrets, that he's also a sea monster just like Luca. And these two become best friends, and then they set on this whole summer adventure in the Italian Riviera, and they start to explore the whole town and see how their friendship builds up throughout the majority of this film. So that's pretty much the story of Luca. So for me, going into Luca, I was of course really looking forward to this movie because again, I'm a massive fan of Pixar. It's one of my favorite animation studios of all time. Absolutely my number one favorite animated studio of all time. And when I saw the trailer for this film, I was really looking forward to this movie. And it did look absolutely gorgeous because of the animation, the way it's set out to be, and all that. And I was very surprised with some of the talented cast who were in this movie. You got Jacob Tremblay from Wonder and Good Boys, and many other movies you may know him from. And you also have Jack Dylan Grazer from It, as well as Shazam and other stuff. And you also have Mayor Rudolph, which he's mostly been in like comedic movies, like say Bridesmaids or anything like that. And you also have another funny comedian, Jim Gaffigan, which he's a really funny man. So when I heard this movie was going to skip cinemas, I was a bit upset. I was a bit disappointed to hear about that, because it would have been another great experience for me to see another Pixar film on the big screen. It was like that with Soul, because I was really looking forward to Soul, and I was hoping it was going to stay in cinemas, but when I heard it wasn't, I was a bit disappointed. But when I heard it was going to Christmas Day, I thought that would have been a great gift for me to watch on Christmas Day. So and like when I heard this wasn't gonna, and so I did watch this on Disney Plus on after release day, because I wanted to see another movie at the time. So I watched this on Disney Plus after release day back in June. And after watching the film, I had a great time with Luca. I thought this was a great Pixar film, and obviously it wasn't a disappointment. And obviously I knew it was going to be great because again, it's Pixar, and again, I love Pixar. But let's just get into all my positives of what I really loved about Luca. And when it comes to Pixar's animation, the animation in this film is absolutely, of course, gorgeous. It's a gorgeous looking film, and it's visually stunning as well, because the visuals in the film, I really adore the visuals. The visuals looked absolutely amazing, especially when we do see a few scenes when we do see how Luca and Alberto are exposed to water, which I really like that. Like say if you splash water at them with if you had a glass of water and then you just splash at them, and then you could see what they actually are like in those kind of scenes. I really like how they did that, as well as like being exposed to say like rain or anything at all. It's just absolutely amazing to see how the animators did that for a film like this. And the character designs of course are great, and the setting as well for the Italian Riviera, I absolutely thought was gorgeous, especially along with its music. For the music in the film in this movie I found very unique, because to other Pixar films, when they did set some other Pixar films in other countries, like say Ratatouille in Paris or Coco in Spain. I really adored the music, just like in those two movies, just like in those other two movies as well. I really adored them. I really like the music as well in this movie. And as for its story, the story in this movie, I found it very inspiring. And yeah, it is pretty similar to these kind of like coming of age stories, or yet fish out of water stories, because this is really a fish out of water story, you know, about these two creatures who start to experience as human beings and then start to explore what a life as a human being is. It's really inspiring, but I really dug into that, especially with the friendship between Alberto and Luca, as well as a friendship with another character, with this young girl who's actually a human being, and she's not like what Alberto and Luca are since they're sea monsters. The friendship between those three characters I adored, and seeing their adventure as well, it's really amazing. It's really inspiring and it's just absolutely fantastic. And the voice cast in the film, you got Jacob Tremblay as Luca. He was really good in this movie, and he gave a really good performance here in the movie. And Jack Dylan Grazer as Alberto, he was also really good in the movie. And the chemistry between them two, like I said, is just really caring and absolutely amazing. And for the voice cast, you've got, like I said, Mayor Rudolph and Jim Gaffigan. They were all really good. And all the other voice casts, for the most part in the film, were all really good. And my only kind of issue I had with the film was its villain. The villain in this movie, I didn't think he was quite memorable enough as the villain. And he did kind of feel a bit over the top, because for what he was like in this movie, he's basically this like famous motor scooter Vesper racer who he just disrespects everyone and all that. I did find him I just found him quite cliched. But he's not like the worst Pixar villain I've ever seen. But I would do a ranking of like all my favorite Pixar villains from worst to best. But he's definitely not the worst Pixar villain I've ever seen. He wasn't too bad in the film, but again, it just kind of felt what some other animated characters who are like villainous characters I've seen before in the past. But for the voice work for the villain in this movie, I thought he wasn't too bad, and he was quite good. But again, for what he was given, just felt cliched for what he was given. But in the end, though, Luca, I had a great time in this movie, and obviously I really like this movie, and it's definitely another one of my favorite animated movies of this year, next to Raya and the Last Dragon and Mitchells vs. the Machines. I will do a ranking of all of my personal favorite animated films of this year before this year comes to a close. But if you're a massive fan of Pixar, and if you're dying to see this movie, it's streaming on Disney Plus for free. And if you don't have Disney Plus, you can go ahead and buy the film for yourself on your physical media of your choice. Because I obviously really recommend this film for those who are a massive fan of Pixar, just like me. So that's pretty much all I have to say about Luca. I'm gonna give Luca 4 out of 5 stars. Really good rating for another great Pixar film. It's definitely another great addition to the animated library. And just like I said, if you're a massive fan of Pixar, this is obviously a huge recommendation for me, because it's absolutely a must watch for those who just love Pixar like me. Or even if you're a fan of the cast, or or anything like that, or if you're a fan of like coming of age animated stories. So yeah, because this is really a coming of age story, but for animation though. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching for my AK After a Store review on Luca. Let me know what you think of Luca. If you did see this already, did you absolutely adore this, or were you not really a fan of this one? And let me know which is your favorite Pixar film as well. And obviously, I'm really looking forward to the new animated feature film next year. It comes out in March, and I heard this one's going to be fully in cinemas. Not going to be streaming on Disney Plus, just like what Luca did, as well as Soul did last year when they had to release on Christmas. So, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to that movie next year, which is called Turning Red. I'm really looking forward to that one, and I can't wait to see that next year in March, along with other movies I'm looking forward to next year. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, this has been Foggins Media Corner signing off.